Welcome to Casuals of Runeterra, another special episode where we're reacting to the Season 2 Arcane trailer, Nothing to Lose, which is like it's like a music video splashed with a short trailer. We'll talk a bit about how it progresses. We'll get into it. Hedge is here.
Yeah. You know, you kept saying we, but you know, I'm just gonna sit off in a corner. No, I am too excited for season 2, and this trailer is only hyping me up.
Did not expect this direction, but we did expect housekeeping. It's up top, right? We'll do it quickly. You can listen to us everywhere. Visit us at podcastcore.com for all of our info. Remember, that's podcastcor.com. And then email us at podcastcore@gmail.com. If you want to get in contact, follow us on all the platforms and leave a like and comment where you listen or watch. We appreciate it. And tell a friend to go through the phases of a broken heart gracefully by listening to the Casuals of Runeterra podcast.
Yeah, that's right, everybody. Like, you know what? We're gonna do something a little different here. I'm gonna give you permission to go ahead and put your breakup playlist on in the background. All right, because that is the tone for this. Like, holy cow!
So, all good stories in 3 parts. We decided to break this trailer up into that as well, and it starts off with a pit fight. The beginning of a pit fight. We have this tattooed, gruff-looking fighter pumping up the crowd while this Yordle pit boss, I don't think we've seen this character before at all. And there's also this kind of grizzled-looking guy in the crowd the camera focuses on that's watching on. The bell rings, and the massive man immediately gets knocked out. His metal jaw gets knocked off of his face by an opponent who is revealed to be a much different-looking Vi than we saw in season 1.
Like, we're getting Vi going through her emo phase here.
Yeah.
And like, unfortunately, like, for everyone who has seen Arcane, they know this. If you haven't, spoiler, I guess. But since she is an orphan, she can't tell her mom that it wasn't a phase. But yeah, no, this is a very different looking Vi that we get, and a very dramatic reveal for it, because Ryan said that she knocks the jaw off this dude. She knocks the jaw off this dude. Like, there's just a jaw flying through the air. Like, what a dramatic reveal to, like, okay, here's season 2 Vi.
It reminds me, if you've listened, okay, and this is a deep cut, especially if you're a newer listener, if you've listened to our Arcane archived, not archived as in like you can't access it. That was the name of the series that came out in the client while the show was running for its first season. We did deep dives into that because we're sick.
Yes.
And we talked about Vi in prison and some of the logs that were released from the prison reports. And this trailer makes a lot more sense in that context. When you
100%.
hear us talk about Vi in those reports, it's like, oh, this is that Vi. This is that dangerous person that every official is afraid of dealing with, because she's like a rabid dog. And in this trailer, they portray that. Like, she is feral in this trailer.
Yes.
It's scary.
Absolutely feral. And we get feral Vi like right out of the gate with the trailer. Like, I cannot emphasize enough like just how dramatic of a reveal this is. But also, like, hype train is a full go. Because
it's not like it's not a cute emo thing. This is like a mental spiral thing.
Yeah, no, this is Vi stands for violence, like, put into animation.
So this hops to part 2, where the punk music kicks in, because the first half of this is kind of like a music video. It kicks in, and we start to get these flashy montage cutting between Vi amped up, beating up multiple opponents and winning money, and then cutting between blowing it all, drinking and partying at a bar, like a dive bar, with this guy we haven't met yet, but he doesn't really look like, he looks like just some random bar goer that she probably nobody important, just some guy that came along at a point dark in her life that she could lean on, but they don't really know each other. They're both from the seedy parts of the city, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Like,
getting.
the only thing as far as with this guy that I can see is that he has a very similar build
Yep.
and demeanor to their adopted father.
Yes.
So it probably was just more of like, guy was
Familiarity.
familiarity, and he was at the right place at the right time for Vi, and what is very clearly a low point of her life. 'Cause,
Yeah.
oh boy, she's not yes, she is going out and partying and drinking, blowing all this money, but it is like, even at the beginning, it does not have the appearance of someone who is stable. It does not have the appearance of someone who's having fun. It has the appearance of someone who is trying really hard not to or to focus on something instead of the thing that's stuck on their brain.
Yeah, because in addition to this montage, we're getting cycles of her training and sleeping and rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. And it's like she's fighting in these pits, drinking until she's belligerent, going home, beating up a punching bag, falling asleep. Obviously, there's some insomnia there because she just wakes up, starts beating the punching bag again, falls asleep, puts on her jacket, goes back to the pit. That's essentially the cycle we're looking at, right? It's a very destructive cycle. And then there's a flashing moment where she's remembers spending time with Caitlin, and Caitlin's kind of showing up in these destructive moments, almost like she's not actually there. And then the whole energy of the video begins to shift.
And now we know why it is an emo appearance.
Women, am I right?
Stop. To have one of my favorite Family Guy jokes of all time, and this Lois Griffin, like, women. That's why I went back to men.
So this takes us to part 3 to wrap it up, and she begins to spiral into in rage, getting into fights outside the pit, so actually in the club, pushing away this guy who's trying to help her get her drunk ass home, who seems to be trying to help her scrape by in some manner. And the reason I said he couldn't be he's not dealing with it right. It doesn't seem like they're close, because the moment she tries to push him away, he's like, all right, fuck it. And he just disappears. We don't see him for the rest of the clip. And then we get flashes of Powder and / Jinx watching her spiral from like the shadows of the club or the back of the pit audience. And we get a more quick pit fighting cuts again, but this time, instead of her beating every opponent handedly, she's distracted and she's lucid and uncoordinated and getting the shit beat out of her until ultimately getting knocked out.
And also, like, with her, the uncoordination is also like giving the vibes that she's now going into these fights like, drunk. Like,
yeah,
because before this it was like, wake up, or like, wake up in the middle of the night to beat the punching bag, wake up in the morning to train, go kick these guys' asses, and then go get drunk. But now, like, this just looks less like just distraction and more of like she's so distracted that she's getting drunk, trying to look past the distractions, right? Like, oh, like, I'm seeing Caitlin's face everywhere. Instead, I'm just gonna drink until I don't see her face anymore.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think it's like a combination of that too. But the whole mood has shifted, and now that the whole mood is shifted, she's the one lying on the ground. Like, she's getting her ass kicked.
I mean, to the point where if you pay attention to like the animation and the design choices, there are points where she's not even washing the blood off herself after fights. She's just going to sleep, waking up, and going back to the fights with the same war paint on, the same blood on her. It's just like giving up completely, right? And obviously, this has evoked a lot of emotions in some in the viewer base, because nobody expected this to be the like in between trailer we get before the show comes out. right? Because the other trailer, the first trailer, is nothing like that. Go listen to that episode. It'll be linked somewhere to see what we thought about that. But after she gets knocked out on the floor, it cuts to what is more of a standard trailer, right? And it's about 30 seconds. And in this 30 seconds, we get a couple things. We see some colorful explosions across PZ happening. We see there's a shot of some sort of magical awakening from a seance, which seems to have rune magic involved. We get a shot of armor-clad Ambessa Medarda in battle, and then it ends with a quick shot of Jinx and Vi, and the dates for when the next the three acts will be released in the same fashion as the first season appear at the end, and that's where the trailer wraps up.
And you cannot emphasize the words "a shot" of these things enough, because it's
frame or two.
Like the meat and potatoes of this trailer is really just Vi's downward spiral, and then we're getting literal frames of what appears to be very big information, because like that little like ritualistic seance kind of magic look is like that looks very important, and it looks very scary. And we don't get any info off of it. But it is refreshing to see that, as far as like that ending shot that we get of, Vi jumping into the fray is very much like the Vi that we all know and love. So I've been having a lot more fun as far as just looking at the comments of people freaking out about, Vi's downward spiral, and kind of ignoring the fact that it's like, no, we get Vi again. We just gotta watch Vi go through a breakup. We've all been through a breakup. We all went through breakups in our own ways. Her way just happens to be gladiatorial combat. Like, and honestly, more power to her. Like,
but yeah, so with that, we'll wrap this up. If you want more, listen, we've talked to the ends of the earth. Go listen to our Vi episode. Go listen to our Caitlyn episode. Go listen to our Jace episode. Go listen to our Jinx episode. Go listen to all of our Arcane Season 1 content, the archives. It's there if you want to truly be prepared for November. But we'll be talking about this. Yeah.
Like trying to go down the list of all the content we recorded for it, it would be a 30-minute episode. Instead, just go listen to all of those individual 30-minute episodes. But like, just know that we're excited. Like, and go watch this trailer, because it really is. Like, not only is it, just building up the hype train, but it is a well done, like, Riot has consistently done a good job as far as presenting Arcane in a way that will make you excited for it. And I, for one, am super stoked, because like the music choice is very much like a style of music that I enjoy, that is not really on a mainstream thing. So the fact that like Riot is kind of pushing that a bit more is awesome, because it's like, hell yeah, go listen to some heavier music, like headbang through the emotions. Like, don't go punch the jaws off of people. Just go listen to some music and try to relax.
And now if you cried in the first season, you're going to cry in the second season. So congratulations.
Hey, it won't be the first time I've cried over a Caitlyn. Let's do this.
And with that, as always, thanks for listening. And we'll be back soon with the next episode.
Take care, everybody.